So let's talk about the manifestation secret that I wish I knew sooner. So on this channel, we talk a lot about how to manifest and how to create your dream life, how to manifest your dream life. And one of the things that I always emphasize on this channel is taking action and aligning yourself with your ideal self or with your higher self or the person who has your dream life. And we talk a lot about identifying with that person, thinking about what that person look like, what they do every day. When they wake up in the morning, what do they see? And what actions do they take throughout the day? How do they approach and treat life and other people and situations, and how do they react to different situations? And we talk a lot about that, and we talk a lot about taking action. So for example, if you wanted to like be a content creator, let's say if you wanted to be a full-time content creator, then you would probably wake up and create content. Maybe you'd have a morning routine where every single day you're doing something to work towards your goals to become a content creator. And we talk a lot about taking action in order to align with that person who has your dream life, so that your manifestation has no choice but to come to you and to come to you really quickly. But what I actually learned recently is that there's more to that than just taking action. There's more to manifestation than just taking action and then expecting results immediately. And today I'm going to talk about sort of the balance of the two, because I still think that it is very important to take action towards your manifestations, to take actions that you know will bring you results. And I still think that it's very important to like speed up your manifestation. But on the other side of that, when you're constantly like taking action and you're like overworking yourself and you're just really stressed out, it can really cause burnout easily. And when you are thinking about your dream life, your ideal self, usually that person is not like stressed out and like overworked and, you know, just like burned out. That's generally not the image that you have when you visualize your dream life and your like ideal self. So it's really important to remember that there is a balance between taking action and then like trusting in the universe to make everything happen for you and trusting the process. And I struggle with this because I am very much result oriented. So when I'm taking action and I feel like I'm working hard and doing all the things that I know I'm supposed to be doing to get closer to my manifestation, but I'm not seeing results like immediately, then I get very like impatient. And I talk to you guys all the time about trusting the process and sort of letting go and detaching. And that's kind of how you get your manifestation faster, is by letting go of the outcome and by detaching from the outcome. But that is something that is very much easier said than done, because again, if you're taking action and you're not seeing results, it can be really frustrating. But you have to remember that you are co-creating with the universe. So when you do your part, then that's really all that you can do. Everything else is kind of out of your control. And you have to let go and you have to trust the process, because you're co-creating. You're not like the sole creator, you're just co-creating with the universe. So sometimes when we're too stressed out and too anxious and like constantly looking for results or looking for our manifestation, we're really just standing in our own way and we're not like letting the universe do its job. We're kind of like too anxious and we're just like in the way of our own manifestation and blocking our own manifestation. So how can you let go and detach and actually trust the process? It really boils down to your inner belief system. And we talked about how you can use affirmations to change your belief systems. We talked about how you can journal, use gratitude journaling, do shadow work, all of these different things to change your belief system and to allow you to become more trusting of the process. Because if you are feeling like you don't like genuinely believe that something is going to happen, there's usually a reason for it. Maybe you don't believe that you deserve it. Maybe you don't believe that you're good enough. Generally, that's where the sort of resistance comes from, is these like belief system, these negative ideas that have been sort of like reinforced onto you your entire life. It's usually one of those two things, and it's not something that just happens overnight, so it kind of takes time to kind of undo it and to change your belief system. But things like subliminals, affirmations, and shadow work are usually your best bet to changing your belief system and to get yourself to finally like allow yourself to believe that you are good enough and that you do deserve your manifestations and that you do deserve all of the things that you want to have in your life. And when it comes to shadow work, I honestly don't personally do it as often as I probably should, but every time I do go to do it, I feel like such a weight is lifted, and I feel like there's so much understanding that comes from it every time that I do try to do shadow work, because I'm like, oh my gosh, that's why I have these negative belief system. And usually it's honestly something that I trace back to like my childhood, to when I'm very, very young. And it's very like cathartic in a sense, but it's also very important in changing your belief system, because if you only listen to affirmations or if you only do gratitude journaling, what you're doing is you're only focusing on the positive, which is what I always thought was like the thing to do. I always thought that like when you're manifesting, you should avoid negative emotions, but that's actually like completely untrue. Because if you don't deal with your negative emotions, it's just gonna keep coming back up. If you don't deal with like a recurring problem in your life, a recurring like issue, then you're gonna see that it keeps coming back up and over again. And that's the universe's way of being like, hey, you need to deal with this. So it's actually very important to do shadow work and to kind of work on yourself, because it's gonna allow you to become more trusting of the process. Another thing I want to talk about is being present. We always think that when we reach our goals, that's when we're gonna be our happiest. But that's actually not true. You're happiest when you're making progress. So for example, if your goal is to lose weight, you always think, okay, once I hit my goal weight, that's when I'll be my happiest. But that's not true. You're your happiest actually along the journey, along the way, when you're like losing weight, when you're eating healthy and you're seeing a little bit of results. That's actually when you're at your happiest. Once you reach your goal, it's kind of like, oh, that's nice, but then, okay, what's my next goal? Because that's just human nature, that's just how we are. So focusing on the end result and the like goal, whatever that is, it's actually not going to bring you as much joy and happiness as you would like to think. So do try to enjoy the process, because it's going to take your mind off the end goal and it's going to help you detach. And one thing that really helps with that is staying present. And of course, what helps with staying present is meditating, gratitude journaling, little things that I highly recommend you add to your morning routine, because it's really going to calm and ground you, and it's going to make it so much easier for you to be present throughout your day and to actually enjoy the process rather than constantly looking for the end goal. And I like to think of it as like an onion. Like when you peel back the different layers, there's constantly more layers. And that's kind of how life works. We always think like we want to be in control of everything. We want to know what's going on. But at the end of the day, there's only so much that you can do. There's only so much that's actually in your control. So whatever actions are in your control that will lead you to your manifestation, take those actions. But then once you have done that already, then you need to trust yourself and trust the process and trust the universe, because you've done your part and you just need to chill out and let everyone else, like the universe, do their part. So yeah, but yeah, I hope you found value in today's video, and if you did, be sure to like, comment and subscribe. It really helps the channel grow. And yeah, let me know what you want to see next, and I'll see you next time. Bye.